Justice delay is justice denied. Justice hurried is justice buried.
Three parties are not on the same page and therefore it's delayed.
Increased amount of judges.
You make it 120, there'll be still the same delay. Reason being, what matters is case management.
जस्टिस का आना जरूरी है या जस्टिस का होना भी जरूरी है?
Both are important, but media puts the whole thing on a tangent. Once camera comes into the court, then of course we all play to the gallery.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Just One TV and I am your host Sidra Iftikhar. Viewers, we have today with us an alumnus of St. Anthony High School, GC University and University of London, former judge of Lahore High Court, federal law minister and human rights. You people must have been judged by now that who is our guest today. Yes, he is none other than Dr. Khalid Ranjha. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, today we are going to identify about the delay and disposal of cases. Sir, justice delay is justice denied and justice hurried is justice buried. What do you say about these two maxims?
It suggests is that there should be a middle road, that justice should not be hurried also and should not be sort of delayed as well. I recall when we came to the profession, a murder reference used to be heard over 3 days.
3 days?
It was a question of death sentence, and the judges would apply their mind, lawyers would exhaust themselves before the court, and then in 3 days they would decide a murder reference. Now, on account of your pressure, now it's just hurried.
Yes, just hurried.
And we keep on saying that when a murder reference is heard and disposed of in 5 to 10 minutes, what kind of justice is that?
Exactly.
So we are like a pendulum. We swing from one end to the other end.
Yes.
Our basic problem is that we are not too sure. We keep on preaching that justice is not only done, but should be shown to be done.
Exactly. That is the point actually.
There is such a thing as case management. I recall when we entered the profession, once a sessions trial started, it would finish and not be adjourned.
Yes.
This is all over the world.
Okay, this is all over the world.
Yes.
Okay.
Once a case starts, it must end when it ends. With us, it's punctuated with breaks,
Yes.
adjournments. And out of the three parties, one is a petitioner, plaintiff, defendant, respondent, and the court.
Yes.
Three parties are not on the same page.
Yes.
One of them is always wanting the case to be left over, and therefore it's delayed.
Delayed. And sir, what if we increase the amount of judges?
I remember when we entered profession, it was probably 18, 19 judges. Now you have 60 judges.
Yes, now we have 60.
You make it 120, there'll be still the same delay as you have today. Reason being, what matters is case management. How do you manage the cases? How do you put them on a fast track? But we are erratic.
सर इस तरह भी होता है कि पास्ट और क्लोज ट्रांजैक्शंस को भी रीओपन किया जाता है और मतलब उनके साथ भी कोई ठीक तरह से नहीं चला जा रहा, मतलब उसका क्या किया जाए?
See, the reason is that system is totally correct, but its implementation is not proper.
Yes.
For instance, there is a provision called 711 in CPC, which empowers the court to dismiss a case on first hearing once it finds that no case is made out. But we put in the process of notice, jawab al-jawab, and so on and so forth, and it adds to the litigation. Then every application makes its way to the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
There is no kind of arrangement that such cases should finish here. But once the case finishes on the normal procedures, then writ comes into it. Then appeal against writ, and so on and so forth.
And sir, what about due process? उसको ensure कराना चाहिए. We should ensure the
Due
due process.
process, of course, is the essence of law. Due process is essence of law, but it's sometimes due process is relatable also with the procedures. Procedures are guardian angels for justice. But we sometimes say, well, forget the procedures. Let's come to the brass tacks. But I believe that procedures could be shortened.
That should be implemented.
Sure, but delay is something which is common everywhere where there is adversarial system of justice.
But sir, we want resolution as well. We want to know how we can, control this delay.
System which is adversarial, there are two systems. One is adversarial, other is civil system. In civil system, there is no precedent.
No precedent.
You just sort of decide the case on the basis of facts before
So you're saying in civil system there is no precedent?
No precedent. Whereas in a system which is based on common law, there is two parties, so on and so forth. In that case, Britain is equally aggrieved about the litigation delay. And they set up a commission in 2004. It was Lord Wolfe chairing it. And he gave a one-line recommendation to his government. And that one recommendation was transfer litigation from litigant to the court. So make the court responsible for deciding the case. And don't leave it to the whims of the parties.
Okay, sir, in this pretext of roaring court proceedings and the way it is reported by media, justice का आना ज़रूरी है या justice का होना भी ज़रूरी है?
Both are important. It should be done and should be shown to be done. But media puts the whole thing on a tangent, or it creates a lot of misgivings. Usually media trial, and wherever there is a media trial, the courts are also influenced. That is why nowhere in the world camera is allowed in the court. We do it.
Yes.
We allow the camera to come to the court on the pretext that this is human rights cases. But once camera comes into the court, then of course we all play to the gallery. And once you play to the gallery, you lose sight of the substantive justice.
What is the difference you feel about the election now and then?
We entered profession. It was an honor to hold an office. And unless you were accepted at the bar, you could win the election.
Okay.
Now, of course, it has become a kind of a union council attitude.
Yes, there is a difference.
Differences in attitude, and you buy your office, and then you abuse your office. Worst part is, you ask somebody, how much have you spent? He said, well, up to today, my budget was 20 lakhs, I've spent 40 lakhs. And by the time I finish, it might be 1.5 crore. What for? Election of a secretary of the District Bar Association.
Exactly.
And once
There was a reason.
Same happens in the parliament. When people come to the parliament having spent crores of rupees, then they want to earn also that kind of money through malpractices. One of the reasons our system has gone to the dogs is that the office bearers have spent so much that they come back to the profession with the intent to make up that kind of money twofold or threefold. And that has rendered the proceedings not very genuine.
What is your message for legal fraternity in the light of your experience?
No lawyer hits the top unless he has got two basic qualities or proves it. One is truth, other is integrity. And I remember we used to quibble that why the senior lawyers get away with the results with little input. And it took me 20 years to realize that in fact these people had hit their mark on the question of integrity, number one, and on the question of truth.
And sir, in the last, before asking about your personal life, I would like to ask about the resolution. that how can we control this delay and disposal of cases?
Make the judges use their powers. And once they sense that a case is frivolous, then use their authority to throw it away. But with us, you say, well, what can I do? It must reach the entire process. It has to be dismissed at all tiers, and then you get rid of it. That takes a lot of time.
While pursuing this fast track career, कोई तशनगी अगर रह गई हो तो you can tell us. कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो आपको लगता हो?
I have a superstition.
Okay.
And my superstition is, and I am acknowledging it, is that anybody whose mother is alive and he is obedient to his mother, he never gets conviction.
Very true.
So, but this is I'm just a superstition. I'm saying, and
But this is true fact as well.
I've seen it in practice.
Yes.
Seen it in practice. In many cases, where the man should have gone to gallows, but for mother's prayers, he was saved.
Yes.
So I, with my humble background, I was very lucky, and my luck is relatable to not my hard work, to parents' prayers. I think a good cause never goes waste. I don't go there myself, very rare. There's nobody to watch it, but Alhamdulillah, it's doing good service to free service.
And sir, तशनगी रह गई बीच में.
No, I think there is a number one, there's always room at the top. Number two, you always feel that you should have been there,
Yes.
but you never make it.
That is very true fact.
You never make it. But I think success in profession is a different thing. For instance, when a lawyer enters profession, it's his craving desire to be Advocate General or Attorney General. It's his desire to be the President of the Bar. It's his desire to be Minister of Law Ministers and so on.
Yes.
So these are legal tiers. Legal tiers.
And I think we are never happy what we have. We always want
a little more.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, sir,
Thank you very
for
much.
giving us time, and we will be stay
We'll
connected.
It's a good
And
venture.
Every issue has its own significance, but this issue was needed to be raised today, and we will come again with this amazing personality to discuss some more legal issues. Stay connected with Sidra Iftikhar.